You know, this coming Monday marks 22 years since terrorists carried out coordinated attacks on American soil, killing nearly 3,000 Americans and wounding many more. It's a tragic day in history that we are still healing from. Joining us live, Pastor Mickey Stonier, to give us tips on the healing process when it comes to 9/11. Wow, 22 years, Pastor. Can't believe it's been that long. And you were there shortly after this happened.
Yeah, I was on a response team, so we were there at Ground Zero, the Family Assistance Center, and realize some people, you read about this in history books,
right,
young people, but we all have that memory.
Incredible. Walk us through what you saw when you got there, what you were going through, because I think it is important for our young generation to know what happened that day, not to forget about it, not to move on. We need to remember it, learn from it, grow from it, and it is part of our history.
Absolutely. That day was full of chaos when we arrived in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Chaotic, people fearful, people trying to figure out what to do, and our job was to support the families, support the first responders, to be there on scene, to give a sense of hope and encouragement. And that's what the Rock Church is all about. We try to establish hope, and I have the privilege of serving out in the community with many others and serving our first responders here.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's going to be happening on Monday. There's a few events where people can remember and honor those lives who were lost.
Yeah, never forget.
Right.
So early in the morning, various fire stations. I'll be at Coronado, Fire Station 36. Okay. In the early morning, we have a service for the police and fire, and we honor the remembrance of that date. Midway at 2 p.m.
Okay, that's a big one.
Midway is a large service, and all the names of the first responders will be read.
Look, we may not have, we'll be remembering those we lost, but it's also a time for us to reflect and honor our first responders now.
Oh,
and Coronado Fire, for example, our paramedics, our EMTs, our police officers, so many rushed into those buildings. It's a friendly reminder, folks, that our first responders go in when everyone's going out.
Absolutely. They see more trauma in just one shift than most citizens will see in an entire lifetime.
That is incredible.
And of the 80 urban search and rescue team from San Diego, 20 of the 80 that were sent have cancer. 1 out of 4 have cancer from serving there because they were exposed to a lot of contaminants. So.
Yeah, I heard a stat, something about so many first responders died years later because of what they were exposed to when they were there for those weeks afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had 2 bouts with cancer. I ended up getting vitiligo, or losing my skin pigment.
Pastor, I can't believe
that. A month
that.
after I got back, all of a sudden the impacts are there. But you know what? We need to serve each other, love our community, and come back together as a nation.
Sure.
22 years ago, we pulled together, and you know, loving our fellow man and woman, humanity.
You're right. We need to get back to that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of divisiveness right now in our country. Okay, remind everyone where they can go, where they can see you, and memorialize our first responders come Monday.
Monday, again, various fire stations, but Coronado at 7 a.m. and then the Midway at 2 p.m. on Monday, 9/11. And we also have trainings out in the community to help people know how to respond to crises at the Rock Church. They can just search at the Rock Church.
Yeah. And I know Rock Church, obviously, lots of Sunday services, and I'm sure that'll be brought up as well.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you can't make it out, you know, just heading to a service or just taking a little time to think about what happened and reflect.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming in, Pastor. Appreciate it. Right. Stay with us, everyone. We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back with your updated forecast as well as your top headlines here on this Friday.